The amount of special treatment that black women get in the workplace blows my mind.
Okay.
They can be dumber than a box of rocks. They're given special leeway. They don't abide by the dress code. They're late all the time. And there's always an excuse. And if you're a manager and you hold them to this excuse, you're the racist because their kid or something happened in their family. And we have to stretch the rules for them. We have to overlook it. We can't say anything. Managers are afraid to approach them and confront them about the dress code, confront them about their hair, confront them about tardiness, because they'll have a video made. Somebody will say you're being racist. And so managers all over the world, owners, when you hire black women, be prepared what comes along with that. Be prepared for your other workers to feel highly uncomfortable when they're constantly seeing somebody not abide by the rules and not a damn thing is done about it. Not a damn thing. And most businesses will stand by and will put up with mediocre performances because they want to keep their doors open and they don't want a TikTok video made about how racist they are.
Hello and welcome. Today we are looking at a social media controversy that has started a big conversation online. A woman claiming that a black woman gets special treatment at work, but many people strongly disagree. In this report, we are hear different voices, including professionals who say this idea is not true. They explain that black women black women often face more pressure, not less, and have to work hard to be respected. Let us take a close look what's really happening. Before we continue, I want to give credit to all original credit. Before we continue, I want to give credit to all original. Before we continue, I want to give credit to all original creator of TikTok clips used in this video. All clips belong to their respective creator and are used here for commentary, news report, and education purpose.
I think a lot of us are trying to figure out where this job is at. Please list it for us because I'm trying to find a job that you can come in late, leave early, dress how you want to, and have a bad attitude. Find it for us. Tell us which job this is because honestly, if you look online, statistics say we can be the smartest thing in the room and be the least to get promotions, the least to get raises, the least to move up in the companies. So please tell us what job this is because I'm sure a lot of us would love to know. You have personal beef with somebody at your job, must be. And then of course, you're putting us all into a bucket. What you need to do is ask that woman what she's doing to get that special treatment. Maybe you need to join in because it seems like you're a little jealous. Because I have never had a job that I am able to do whatever I wanted to do. Actually, the complete opposite. I have been micromanaged. I have had the talk with managers about me having a bad attitude because I don't smile and laugh and tell my personal life. Now I'm hard to work with. I can't even come in and not feel well. So I'm trying to figure out what job that is. I remember when I had a job at a behavioral center for teenagers, and I was one of the main people that had been there the longest. They hired 2 white women. One came first. They sat us down within a month of her being there. I'm still training her, and told us that we're both up for a supervisor position. Mind you, I wasn't gonna take it anyway because with that position, you were on call 24 hours a day, and it came with no raise. No, thank you. So then a few weeks later, another white woman come that I helped train, and then they decided to go into cahoots together because they both wanted that supervisor position. Instead of just talking to me about it, they decided to tell lies and stuff. One of them, the one that had to sit down with me, decided to tell our director that I had a bad attitude and I was hard to work with, and I was just difficult because the simple fact that she kept trying to pry into my personal life and I would not talk about my personal life with her. I do not know her. I thought this was a job. I didn't know I was here to make friends. And then when I told the director that, he said that that was a bad attitude, that because I said I am here to do a job and go home, not make friends, just be cordial. Yeah, I got that. I got a bad attitude. Chitter chat. So then, yes, it worked. They both got me fired. And then when they found out that they really needed me back and I wasn't the problem, instead of them apologizing, they sent somebody else to ask me would I ever consider coming back. The answer is hell no. You took somebody's word that had been there less than 2 months over mine. That had been there, that had never given you any trouble or know anything. That's how easy it was. White woman tears, that's all it took. So no, I have never had a job that I was able to do what I wanted to do. And if there is jobs like that, please find them for me and list them, because I would love to have to feel.
So normally I would not respond to these type of videos because, to be honest with y'all, I honestly don't have no room in my life for this type of negativity. But I watched her video this morning and I've been reading some of the comments, and it is amazing to me how a group of people will loop everybody into the same category because you've had a bad experience with one. Let me just make something clear. Nothing that I've earned over my career has been given to me. There has been no exceptions been made because I'm a black woman. If anything, I've had to prove that I am worthy of stuff. I have had to prove that I'm able to do the job just based on the color of my skin. So the sad fact that you get on here and you say, well, black women are lazy, they get exceptions made and all this stuff is astounding to me. Instead of making videos like this, why don't you take the moment to actually have a conversation with a black woman? Instead of you having a bad experience with the black people that you work with and saying that is your experience, stop looping us all into the same run. Do you know how many times I pick up the phone or I'm doing something and I am questioning whether or not I'm able to do the job just because I'm a black woman? Videos like this disgust me. I feel like in the year of 2026, this should not even be a discussion, but it is. And it is hurtful to know that people out here still feel that because of the color of my skin that something is given to me. I've had to earn it all. Nothing has been given to me. And I've had to work twice as hard as you just because of the color of my skin to even be considered that I deserve what I've earned. So no, it's not all black women. Keep your experience over there and stop lumping us all together. Because just like there are lazy black women, there are also lazy white women as well. There are lazy women in general. And I don't hold what they do against them. See, the problem is you're worried about everybody else and you should be worried about yourself. Don't put me in the category with nobody else. That's all I'm saying. Videos like this, I really wish TikTok would ban this type of stuff because it's nothing but hate. And if you go read the comments up under her videos, it is nothing but hate towards black women. And all black women don't deserve this, but you lump us all together so we all get this stereotype that we're being given something. Nobody gives me shit, okay? But you have a good day.
Girl, what black woman that pissed on you and told you is raining? Where she at? Because I want to buy her lunch.
This black woman in the workplace, this one right here, does not get special treatment. Matter of fact, I get the opposite of. I show up an hour early. I leave an hour and a half later than I'm supposed to because I tutor and mentor other people's children. I coach, I mentor, department chair of the upper elementary grades. Best teacher, best data, best classroom management. These are facts. They're verifiable, right? But special treatment? Absolutely not. Labeled, harassed, called names. I was even called chaotic in the last couple of weeks. Pushy, unmanageable. That's the special treatment you're talking about? Multiple degrees, years of dedicated veteran service in the classroom, but not valued, not even a little bit. Is this the special treatment that you're talking about?
This is such a dangerous conversation to have online because what she's talking about is breaking of dress code, asking to leave early, wanting exceptions. This happens across any gender, any race, any socioeconomic class. I'm an HR professional, been working in the space for 10 plus years now, I have supported everything from blue collar work, hourly workers, all the way up to very senior white collared workers in corporate America. And I can tell you what she's talking about happens at every level. And a lot of it has to do with how the employee feels supported within their working environment. But to address specifically Black women, we have to address the root cause, and that's a lot of the rules that are made in the workplace do not take Black bodies into consideration. The dress code is not meant for Black women. We could talk about our hair down to that, how we have to have a certain type of hair just to work in specific workplaces. It doesn't take into account that a lot of times Black women are working mothers. That means that there's an element of we have to ensure we take care of our kids. Can we do so well if we're not being compensated at the same rate as the folks around us? So yeah, might decide to leave early and ask for exceptions because I can't afford aftercare. There's nobody to watch my children for me before I go to work because they need to be at school at 9:30 and I need to be at work at 8 o'clock, right? So you have to talk about those nuances before you say something like this. But if I want to remove Black women, I can say from experience, it doesn't matter what level of professional environment you're in or what type of job you're in, people will ask for things, and we shouldn't say that that's them taking advantage. And there are some that do, but a lot of it has to do with we have working environments that do not support people at every step of their life, and that's essentially the problem. Not Black women, not white women, not Black men, not white men. It really is work culture has changed so much that it does not support people, and that's the problem. So this lady, incorrect, miss, I'm sorry.
Black women are some of the most resilient, some of the strongest, and some of the most beautiful creatures on earth. But Black women should be able to show up without having to be strong, without having to be resilient, and without having to show up for everyone. And that's why you guys lie and say they have an attitude, but then Latinas can be spicy, or white women just have a hard day and can cry. But Black women, you came online to make a video about them getting preferential treatment.
The amount of special treatment that Black women get in the workplace blows my mind. They can be dumber than a box of rocks. They're given special leeway. They don't abide by the dress code. They're late all the time. And there's always an excuse. And if you're a manager and you hold them to this excuse, you're the racist because their kid or something happened in their family. And we have to stretch the rules for them. We have to overlook it. We can't say anything. Managers are afraid to approach them and confront them about the dress code, confront them about their hair.
Why is you lying? Why is you lying? Why is you lying?
Chancleta Barbie, please. America is a country built upon a racial hierarchy, where white people are at the top and Black people are at the bottom. Subsequently, we as Black people are told two things in order to succeed in this country. We have to work twice as hard to be considered for anything, and we should all have the audacity of a mediocre white man, because a part of white culture in this country is to praise mediocrity. So to come online and make a statement saying that Black women receive preferential workplace treatment is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. I'm not sure if this is your anecdotal experience working at the Piggly Wiggly or the Dollar Tree based off your story, because Black women make up 6% of the workforce, of which only 1% of them are in leadership, and that's due to lack of advocacy, and that's due to workplace discrimination. And a large part of the corporate workforce is where you can find Black women working, because they are some of the largest holders of degrees in this country. So once again, where do you work? Since the United States of America is a country built on racial hierarchy, within that hierarchy exists intersectionality, where Black women exist at the precipice of racism and sexism. So in the workplace, white women are still treated better than Black men, and then Black women are treated worse than Black men. And that goes from pay to discrimination to hostility to sexism. They receive it all. So this is a very ahistorical take. If you are a black person and you work or worked in corporate, you understand how that culture can be very volatile for black people, especially showing up, doing your job, giving your all, and then still hearing the, well, you're not really black, like the other black comments, or having your intelligence insulted, or them questioning your very existence within the workplace. Now, be that existence and then throw being a woman on top of it and having your hair ridiculed. Black women were not allowed to wear their hair legally. Legally, the Crown Act just passed. And as of this year, in 2026, only 28 states have adopted the Crown Act, allowing black women to wear their natural hair. So quite literally, you saying that black women get preferential treatment is ahistorical, it's nonsensical, and it's just a lie. I'm not sure why people conflate their anecdotal experience or their one experience with one person and say this whole group of people get preferential treatment, when it's just really not true, based on history, based on facts, and based on law. Imagine your workplace telling you as a white woman, oh, you can't come into work as a brunette today. Oh, you can't wear your hair straight today. Oh, blondes are not accepted. That has happened to black women since black women were able to work in the office. Notwithstanding the fact that black women are some of the most highest educated people within our own community, but amongst all other women, black women are getting postgraduate degrees higher than Asians and white women. So it's not balanced. It's not balanced. And when it comes to being black in this country, I can't speak for every country around the world, but in this country, whenever you may have the inkling to come make a video or say, black people get preferential X, Y, Z, go look up the laws written into law that discriminate against us, that are still in action in 2026, that may have only been revoked or repealed in 2016, but are now getting revoked and repealed again under this bigot of an administration. Stay black, stay blessed.
As we've seen, this debate is not just about the video, it's about deeper issue in the workplace. Many sides claim ignore the real challenge of black women face every day, from unfamiliar treatment to unequal opportunity. This conversation reminds us how important it is to listen and run and question what we are seeing online. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to share your thoughts in the comment section. If you are new here, please kindly consider subscribe, like, share, and for the returning subscriber, thank you so much for your support. Really, we appreciate. See you in another episode.